how I started my things in the LaTeX. Actually, it is almost 1998 or something like that I get into the publishing industry. By the time, my first role is about data conversion. In the data conversion, the thing is something like all the researchers provide their so hard work material to us, and it's more of a thing we will receive in different kind of file formats. It's not only LaTeX, it is all about InDesign, FrameMaker, and quite a bit of different Microsoft Word and all. So when I am seeing the thing, I happen to see 30% or something like that in the LaTeX form. What is this LaTeX? And everything is the hard-coded programming or something like that, how we need to realize the LaTeX. Then I started reading the things on the LaTeX. The key purpose for me to normalize the LaTeX that can be usable or reproducible as XML or HTML or structured file. That's our key goal. So the key functionality for me to just read the LaTeX and remove the unwanted packages that is not compatible for our tools. I can understand that's so difficult for you guys to take it because being a developer, you guys have spent too much of efforts and creating the LaTeX packages. But when I getting into the publisher, we need to remove certain things for the normalization. And over the period, I started learning the LaTeX in a deeper way, and I started creating LaTeX tools to generate the XMLs or image conversion tools and all. So my career started as a conversion executive, but I moved into a development mode and I started creating a lot of tools, but using all the LaTeX as well. And I started reading about the packages and all, whatever packages that can be compatible in my tool to get it the proper PDF output or image conversion libraries or something like that I used. So in this context, I would like to, sorry? No, I'm just still in this slide. So in this context, I would like to thank a great opportunity for me to talk in the TUG forum. No is from the LaTeX, but utilizing the LaTeX, and I'm here to talk about the LaTeX here in the TUG forum. That's a great opportunity for me. And I really thank STM on this program. On this last 3 days, they occupied literally on several things, not only on LaTeX, on the sessions and all handled. Thanks for STM. Okay. We know that good typesetting is an art. For example, our friend Govind yesterday showcased that he created a literally hard work of spending times, and he created the scripts and all. He nicely presented and how he utilizes that for the organization. Then I realized that LaTeX is not only for publishing or for the publishers, and it is for everyone in this. And I can understand from that of Salil, he presented something on the sorting order and all. That's not a challenge for me today, but it can become a challenge for me in the future. The reason is, today we have only 2 symbols, up arrow and down arrow. If you want to bring more symbols, then it would become a challenge, and I need to share a spec to the supplier how to make it used and all. So it comes immediately to my mind, we need to prepare for it. So that's how the things came up. So keeping this in the mind, let me go into the challenges part, what I prepared. Yeah. So I thought this could be the key challenges what we face from a publisher perspective. One of the most major challenges is the managing manuscript submission and workflow complexity, and some of them operational challenges, accessibility challenges, which we are discussing in too many days, our key topic, supply chain and logistics, and something on conclusion and some interesting. So the manuscript submission and workflow complexity. So I can understand that a lot of authors are sitting here in writing papers and all. So when they want to publish something with a leading publisher, the challenge for them is, first of all, we can classify the authors into two types. One is expert author in LaTeX, and some of them are little bit understanding, having the LaTeX, but they are not so fulfilled to handle all kind of math equations or something like that. So the challenge here for those authors is that the expert author want to have a complex thing, used packages to be produced as it is in the typesetting of end final output. But the people want to produce the MathML, that of a clear representation of equation and all, they have some challenges how to, because they could not compile the files, or they are ending up with the error. They are not a programmer, so they are ending up with error, and they are reaching out to us to get it sorted out before submitting in the platform. That's one of the challenge for the authors who is creating the paper. And even authors created nicely the LaTeX output, but the next challenge for them is submitting the content to the platform. When they submit the content to the platform, if it is a Microsoft or something like Adobe FrameMaker, it's going to be a one single file. They can simply submit the file into the platform. But when it comes to LaTeX, they need to completely zip a package and upload the things to the platform. The next immediate step in the platform is that it need to compile the file and create a PDF from the platform. But the challenge here is the compiler, when we use that submission platform compiler, we may not have that relevant packages loaded in the platform, and it will again end up with the error. So it goes back to the author. Author says, okay, I could not spend time on the compilation and I'll just upload. He just upload the PDF alone and don't upload the source files. That's a major problem. And another common thing, let me cover the publishing in the coming workflow challenges. Images and multimedia is the biggest challenge in the LaTeX. Initial days we supported only EPS file format, but now we are started doing with the PDF, other kind of packages as we are supporting. So authors still using EPS and trying to upload, and they are not much migrated to the PDF or something like that. We are trying to address that as a big challenge till the point. And moreover, the quality, whatever they are saying in the original manuscript, that need to be reflected in the final. A small deviation would not be accepted by author. Operational challenges. What I mean to operational challenges, if Microsoft Word, we have two set of tools. One is that built based on Microsoft Word for copyediting and end-to-end solution, and another one is LaTeX based. When I am seeing some advantages in the Microsoft or the enterprise version of applications, they have a default built-in features that supports the conversion effectively. But if it comes to a LaTeX tool building, then it is a very complex one. Lot of regex code need to be written. Our service vendors are very tough in creating the LaTeX codes, and if a tool is getting created in the Microsoft or something, that turnaround time going to be a minimal, and the fixing time going to be a minimal. But when we take LaTeX, that it takes a little bit of more time than what is comparing to the enterprise application. And the another key thing, maintaining fidelity of original LaTeX. So author is hard work, and he created such a beautiful output, but when we are using our own packages and neutralizing the packages with the standard specification from publisher side and the layout requirements, a single column author might be created the output, but we want to put it in the two column because of the journal requirements. We are changing a lot of things in that, and by the time, if an equation, he might be a bigger equation, he might put it in the single column spread, but it need to be broken up into two column or something like that. So the maintaining the fidelity is the biggest challenge for us. It is going to continue, but we are trying to resolve this, but I will cover how we are attacking these problems in the conclusion slide. And another one is that tight publication deadlines amidst of complex workflows. So in the word-based tools or copyediting tools, it is the time to take to do the production activities a little bit minimal, but when we want to do a copyediting in the LaTeX-based activities, it takes more time. So it's like the tight publication and whether we can reach, we are trying to target 24 hours for the publication and all. How it's going to be helpful is another big challenge we are trying to address. Let us come into the key topic of accessibility challenge. Yes, we are all discussing about the accessibility. The main challenge for publishers is that we have set a target of 2025, all the books published from the publisher need to have the accessibility. That's how the initial target came. Now we are working towards ADA, American Disability Act. Like that, when it comes, it is like a evolving thing. So we understand that immediately what I did is, okay, what is accessibility? I need to understand. So I immediately gone for the certification from a university, and I did a blue belt in that, and I completed the certification. And then I started understanding what is the accessibility specification for the books. I started creating the specification for the books, and I circulated. So in the specification, I understand the key thing is tagged PDF. So the things kept in my mind is that when I'm introducing this tagged PDF, what level of tagged PDF I can expect from the service vendors and what I can do better for my customers. I know that 100% tagged PDF is not possible. So what is the best easily achievable with the limitation of the tools and all? So I created a tagged PDF specification, and I ensured that reading order is a key element, and I added that as part of the specification. Reading order is not so new. It is part of the article thread concept, what we used in the earlier days in the typesetting. And thereafter, alt text come into picture. Alt text is the biggest challenge for us as a publisher. Alt text, author is not going to give any content for the alt text. So we need to produce the alt text on our own. So we are trying alternative solutions, how to bring the alt text getting embedded in for each and every image author is providing. And the biggest challenge is on the LaTeX, converting LaTeX content into accessible format. Yeah, we know that we are discussing this for the last couple of days, particularly on the accessibility part. We are discussing about PDF 2.0 and a lot of things when we migrate that. But currently, whatever we have, based on that, we need to cater to our customers that we need to satisfy EAA guideline or ADA guideline. So keeping that in the mind, wherever possible, with the limited packages what we have in the environment, we are making use of that, and we have given the requirements to the service vendors to create accessible PDFs. And the good thing is that we have achieved all the journals are published with accessibility, full accessibility, what is for the current standard. And the books also we have implemented so far. And the biggest challenge, one another challenge on the accessibility is that maintaining the output as well. Because when people that of service vendors introducing new packages to adopt the accessibility in the PDF, when they introduce a new package to manage that, by the time it should not deviate the output of standard what we are producing for publishers, for the customers. So that's a big challenge we come across. Yeah, supply chain, I don't think that is not much connected to the LaTeX. It is a common challenge with all the publishers on all type of deliverable. It's like a COVID situation, we need to deliver the thing on time, that is a challenge, and the war is happening, we need to deliver, even though we create everything nicely and before that, but it is important to deliver the thing in the right time to get published. So that is the challenge what we... So the challenges what I listed, how are we managing that with support of our service vendors? Let me try to conclude that. In that currently that of LaTeX is a complex workflow. We treat that as a complex workflow. But Microsoft Word based thing or the framework and design and all, we are thinking that is a not complex workflow. So we are trying to classify that when we receive an input from the platform, we are keeping that in a 2 tracks. The complex content is moved into the LaTeX based solution and all word based thing into a separate stream. So managing a word based thing and all is not at all a problem because it has the XML compatibility. It's so simple. But in the LaTeX thing, we are giving the value to the LaTeX complex content and specifically giving to the respective LaTeX suppliers who can do that work very nicely, and we are also ensuring that they have the compatible tools to produce that. One biggest thing is something like we ensure that the tool what they are uploading the LaTeX files should be able to editable by the author at any point of time to ensure the fidelity. So when author want to change anything in the original, it should reflect in the other side. So left window is showing the editable window and right window is showing the output window. And this gives the author the assurity that whatever he is seeing in between the proof is going to be the final thing for in the platforms which getting published, Science Direct or something like that. So we are very much cautious on that part. We don't want to demotivate or discourage author to get dissatisfied author to get saying the content is not tweaked too much kind of thing. And the technology driven transformation is another challenge. We have a lot of AI automation and all, and digital tools are streaming, manuscript management, editing, and quite a bit of challenges on the technology side. We need to adopt for the AI and the things, something like that. So whenever author is creating something like that, we are ensuring that whatever the content he is providing is truth or not, but at the same time, the AI tools and all, how effectively we can make use of it, whether we can use it for alt text or something like that, we are going in the direction to ensure that we can do it in a simpler way. And strong support for the LaTeX. So as I said, authors are providing the manuscript and they are seeing some challenges when they upload the files to the thing and they have the compatibility issues and so we are giving that as a service vendors. So they are helping us to clean up and support the author to make a initial output, clean and neat outputs. So the focus on accessibility, we know accessibility is evolving. We are continuously monitoring the things, what is happening in the market. That's my key goal to visit TUG conference today and to understand the next words on the PDF 2.0 and the accessibility things, what are the packages evolving today and how we can leverage this to the next level. So this is a great information for me, so I can build the specification in adherence to the future accessibility things kind of thing. And yeah, that's the emerging future trends of the LaTeX that we are going to have, any new packages what we are going to have that we are going to accommodate. So one of the interesting fact is that initially we thought that LaTeX will fade away at some point of time. That's our initial when I come into 1998. It might be my own perspective or something like that, but I'm seeing, looking back, I'm seeing that LaTeX is growing ever and ever, and I know the craft has a value. That's all I can say on that. And the evidence is that thanks OverLift team for giving the absolute number. Every year they are seeing 2 million users getting increased in the OverLift. This means that the LaTeX peoples are growing regularly. And the educational institutions, most of the educational institutions nowadays teaching about the LaTeX, but I can understand in India that it is sitting with the key universities that of NITs or IITs. Maybe in the future, this kind of conference and all help to get more knowledge being shared for the youngsters. Thank you. I have a very short presentation and happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you.
So any questions?
Thank you. I'm not too familiar with publishing. My only experience is with TUG and NTG. So for my first article, for me, it was trivial to use, for example, the GitHub platform, or you can also collaborate on some private platform as GitLab or so. Are there any authors who requested to collaborate in such a system, such a platform?
Yes.
Okay.
But when it comes to us, it's a finished product. So they are reaching out to you guys, GitHub and all, they are picking up and they are reaching out to see it, and absolutely they are doing. But we try to retain the packages if it is compatible to our production environment.
I think it works more in a collaborative environment. Collaborative authors are there is a book review, the book, the edition, stage of.
It's okay. We have time, so I can say something which is not a question but rather a comment. You compared LaTeX to Microsoft Word, and you explained why for many publishers it's easier to work with Word. The reason why it's easier for publishers to work with Word is that Microsoft put a lot of money into making this easy. They put track changes, they put and now in this Google Doc you have very easy way to communicate your changes. You have put, they put a lot of things into it, and the thing is, we can make editing, proofing, publishing with LaTeX and so on as easy and maybe even easier than Word. But it's a huge challenge and somebody must do it. So basically what I want to say is that we have a lot of work cut out for us to make it much better than other ways of offering like Word and so on, much better working with publishers and so on. And I think it's possible, doable, and something which must be done.
Yeah. That's why we have the two different streams. We don't want to miss the originality, and we want to have that high complex craft thing.
So we have the complexity of LaTeX at the one end, and we have the simplicity of XML at the other end.
Yeah.
And you have the extensibility of LaTeX at the one end, and the validated ETD-based, syntax on the other end. So that's the problem you have to solve, right?
Yeah. I have a question from Michael Sandquist, probably for Elsevier, which says that LaTeX is provided for free, and you have benefited a lot during the years by using it. And he asks, are you as a publisher giving anything back to the tech community, funds, tools, and so on? And by the way, before you answer, I just, as still VP of Tech Users Group, I want partially answer that Elsevier is our gold institutional member, so at least, and we are grateful to Elsevier for financial and other support, but maybe you want to expound on this.
Thank you. Is that a question?
Yeah, I think he is asking how is Elsevier interested in investing in LaTeX?
Yeah. So, the thing is something as a publisher, we encourage our suppliers to build the LaTeX-based tools ever. So in terms of not directly the LaTeX community or something like that, but we are coming here for the TUG forum and we started sponsoring this. Like that, we are closely working with the TUG, and we are doing as much as possible for the TUG forum and the LaTeX and all. But we are ensuring that LaTeX is living with us all the time, and we are also getting upgraded on the LaTeX around the clock.
Actually, it was not a question. I'm having a doubt regarding the accessibility standards, which you said that you are setting some accessibility standards for Elsevier. So is this common for all, or is it specifically for Elsevier alone?
Yes, that's a very good question. That of the standards for accessibility is the baseline standard defined by the WCAG, AA or AA or AAA kind of thing. We are trying to ensure that AA standards are adopted. So, but we can, due to our complex workflows and all, we can't 100% achieve the AA standard all the cases. So in that case, we are compromising something for the LaTeX community separately, but we are ensuring that the standards are unique across, even across books and journals. But it's not like that we don't have a validation mechanism. We are saying that PAC validator or Adobe validator does the very good job and all, but it may not work on all the time. So it is an evolving thing, and we are trying to travel along with the evolvement.
Veera, can I just add to that? I
Yep.
think your question was also if it's applicable for everybody. Yeah, but we are following laws that are there, and so it's truly applicable for everybody. And the reason why we're so busy with that is because these laws come in place. So this is not just something Elsevier does, but everybody is doing.
Yeah, it's a whole community is working on the Elsevier side. Thank you.
If there's no more questions or comments, then we can.
Maybe I have a small comment. I hear a lot about LaTeX complexity. I think LaTeX is not complex, but the content written is actually complex. And LaTeX is probably the best tool to produce that complex content.
Yeah, absolutely, you are right. The LaTeX is not complex, and it is like a programming thing that for the users, and it makes a lot of programmers as well when we started coding in the LaTeX first time. That's a matter. But it is not so complex, but the process and the workflow building the LaTeX, we have to have a separate stream. That's all. Thank you. If no other questions.